Hey everybody, my name is Miranda, and for those of you who are watching this, then you're probably from my Instagram page, MarandaB6985_lifetime Weight Watcher. I have lost 165 pounds on Weight Watchers naturally, no pills or shakes, and I have kept it off for over 3 years. I decided to create this channel because I get a lot of asked questions, and I thought this would be a great way for any of my new followers to kind of find out my backstory without having to scroll through like 5,000 pictures. Save you some time and lots of pictures of repetitive meals. So a little bit about me. I am 32. I have 2 sweet little babies, and I am married. I've been married for 10 years. I have had a little bit of a rocky road in my past. Oh Lord, rocky road, that sounds great. I had a little bit of a rocky weight loss journey. You know, I've had a weight problem since I was a child. I started Weight Watchers because I had gained a lot of weight. Got pregnant, was super excited for my first pregnancy and was over the moon ecstatic, and then I lost my first baby through a miscarriage, and you just don't expect that. I know personally that I didn't expect that to happen, and it devastated me. I became very depressed, and after, of course, depression, I gained a lot of weight. I got pregnant again straight away, which I was super excited for, but after my first baby, was very nervous all the time that something was going to happen to him because I had lost my first baby, which my doctor said was very normal. I was high risk, and they had to put me on a lot of medicines, and between the hormones that I was on and the stress, because of that, I ate to feed my emotions and to stop feeling the anxiety I was feeling. I would eat my anxiety basically. I just gained a whole lot of weight, ballooned. So by the time I had had my second healthy baby, I had gotten up to 309 pounds. Now I remember sitting in the living room one day with my babies, and they were playing, and my oldest was, you know, just a little toddler, and he was walking on the floor, and I was holding my youngest, and I looked at him, and I knew that they would want to do all these things. Like, I could just see them growing up. Like, as they were playing in the room, my baby was playing, and I was thinking of all the things that he would do. And I thought of him wanting to go to Six Flags, which, you know, you always think about your kids doing like fun things in amusement parks, and I realized, it hit me like a ton of bricks, that I physically couldn't ride any of the rides at Six Flags, and it broke my heart a little bit. And I knew that I couldn't, because I had tried a year or 2 before that, and I was too big for the rides then, and I just thought, oh my goodness, I'm gonna miss out on these experiences with my kids because I can't physically do them. And I knew that I didn't want for them to have to go through that, or for me to, you know, feel embarrassed that I couldn't experience everything that they would want to experience. And not only that, but be able to experience it with them as their mama. That's some of my most prized, you know, time is with my babies. That I hate for them to miss out, but more importantly, I don't want to miss out on their life experiences on something that I could change. Like, I can't change a lot of things, but, you know, I knew that I could change my weight. So I had some old Weight Watcher books at home, and I decided that I was going to try them out. And I lost about 30 pounds at home before I got the courage up to go to a meeting site. I decided January 1st, I went into Weight Watchers, I signed up, I sat down with a room full of people and met the most amazing woman ever named Vera. She really inspired me on my journey. She really made me believe in myself, which is something that I've lacked for so many years. I really feel like finding your group, your tribe, is so important in a weight loss journey. Everybody recommits to losing weight at the beginning of the year because it's a fresh start. There was so many people in my Weight Watchers meeting that we were lined up on the walls. And I looked around that room, and I said, you know, I can do this. All these people can do this. I'm not alone, because I had been feeling alone, and, you know, I was feeling very overwhelmed, thinking it wasn't possible because I was so overweight that I just had too big of an obstacle to try to overcome because I had so much to lose. And I thought, instead of looking at this overwhelming, massive goal, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to say, Miranda, we're going to do this in 5-pound increments. Like, you can do this, you can do it 5 pounds at a time. And that's what I did. I would just set that 5-pound goal, and every time I would hit a 5-pound goal, I would give myself something small, even if it was just like painting my nails or a nice bath bomb. But those little goals and those little rewards really helped me to keep going. It gave me something to look forward to. It really made me excited. It really excited, you know, it just kept pushing me to keep going. I've always been overweight, and I've always tried to combat my weight with trying to be the funny one. Because in my life, I always thought if I was making others laugh and they were laughing with me, they wouldn't be laughing at me. Or if I could make jokes about myself, that I could go ahead and beat people to the punch because they couldn't make fun of me because I was already, you know, the funny friend, and I didn't take myself seriously. Going to these meetings, I realized, you know, I'm more than that. I am a person that deserves to be myself, and I shouldn't have to always make people laugh or try to divert people from my size or to prove that I'm more than a size. But because if that's all I was going to do, then I knew that I wouldn't keep the weight off, because I've tried that in the past, and I would try different diet pills and shakes and shots, and they would work for a little bit, but because I wasn't doing it with a long-term goal in mind, I would gain the weight back, and then I would end up gaining more than I lost. So with Weight Watchers, I really focused on, you know, why I had gained the weight, what had caused me to have issues with food in the past, the fact that I was eating my emotions instead of expressing them. And with meetings, I was able to really get the support that I wasn't really getting at home at the time. Like, everyone in my family was super supportive. I just didn't have anybody else following plan, which always makes it, you know, trickier. So if I ever had any kind of questions, it was great to go to meetings because I had that support group and they could tell me, you know, if I had questions about points on something or servings. That was really, really helpful. I also started following some weight loss accounts on Instagram, some Weight Watcher Instagram accounts, and I was amazed by the fact that these people were so bold to post their journey online. They just didn't care what other people thought. They would post their meals or post their workouts. They would not only post their victories, but they would post their struggles, and it made me relate to that, because when you are on a journey and you are severely obese and you have so much weight to lose, you realize, hey, there's other people out here and I'm not alone, and they're having the same issues as me. They're having the same issues with their self-confidence. And so I thought, you know, I was like one of the silent watchers for quite a while, and I decided, you know, I noticed that people who did the Weight Watchers accounts had separate accounts. Like, it would just be a weight loss account, and then they would have their own private, you know, like picture one. And I thought, well, I don't have time to do that. I mean, I was a busy mama, 2 small babies, I work full time, I have a husband, and I commute every single day. So I was like, I am gonna go for this, but we're just gonna throw everything together. Like, this is just gonna be my life. I'm not gonna have time for, like, to separate all this stuff. We're gonna share it all together. And I know that my family and friends probably thought I was insane because you know, I started posting pictures of my food all of a sudden, and I've never done that before. But it was my journey, and I was decided I didn't care what people thought. And you like me, you love me, you hate me, whatever it is, this is how it was going to be, and I was going to do it for me, to use it to help keep me accountable as a food journal. I thought, you know, if I have to post it, then I'll really think about what I'm eating, because if I have to hide it to eat it, then I probably shouldn't eat it. Or if it's something that I didn't want to show, you know, my co-workers and my friends, that's probably a good sign that I maybe needed to back away from it. So I started posting all my meals, and I got really good feedback from that. So I started working out twice a week. I started walking 3.5 miles. figured it out. I drove my car down to the stop sign and back, and it's 3.5 miles exactly. So I would do that twice a week. After I felt comfortable, I started doing that for a couple weeks. I increased it to 3 times a week, and I would walk and jog. Of course, I was out of breath, and I wasn't a fast runner. I was like a turtle on fire, but I was determined I was gonna give it my best shot, and it really did start making a big difference in the numbers. When it would rain outside, I made myself work out 3 times a week regardless. So I would work out with DVDs at home. My favorite are Richard Simmons and Leslie Sampson. They keep me entertained, and you're working out and you're so busy laughing that you really don't have time to realize, hey, you've just done like a 45-minute workout. So it's a fun way to pass the time. Plus, my kids love to do it with me because they think it's hilarious, and you know, they like to work out with their mama. So I thought I would just share my journey with you all, so that way you would know that even though I've lost 165 pounds and kept it off, it's not as easy as it looks on Instagram. I know when you see a snapshot, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so easy for her, you know, she just lost some weight. But there's a lot of hard work that you don't see that goes behind those weight losses each week. And so with my Instagram, I not only have found the support I needed, but for the victories, but it's been for when I've struggled, y'all. It's made such a big difference in my journey to have that support when I feel, you know, maybe upset that I had a gain, or upset that I didn't see a loss when I had worked out really hard. And Instagram provided me with some great support and some people who had some amazing tips on how to maybe adjust my weeks, and it would be great results the next week. I will be jumping on here every so often to answer some questions and also to do some fun things with my family. I like to do fun recipes with my kids. They love to bake in the kitchen. And then also I get asked all the time just random questions about clothing and workout or fitness or makeup. So I thought this would be fun ways to show everybody. And keep it in one place, and also to introduce you to what it's like to be in my life. As you can see, it's raw. And you'll see my children and my fur baby quite often. So thanks for joining, and don't forget to click to subscribe so you can see whatever we post. Thanks so much. Bye.